How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are taking the long walk down the steps, past the aluminum foil on the window that covers the sunlight from destroying the cards that I have here beautifully displayed. And we're coming to get these three right here. Because today we're looking at Conan the Barbarian, Super 7 Reaction. Let's go. We're going to pull these cards off of their hooks. And in case you're wondering, I do have plans on getting another set because I want to keep a carded set. But to make the video today, we're going to pull them off. And I'm very proud of my Super 7 Reaction display. I like it very much. So far in the line, we've gotten 7 figures. And we're going to go from the first wave all the way to the most recent release. Of the Pit Fighter wave, I already had 2 sets. I have a carded set, which we are looking at right now because I wanted you to see the cards. And then I already have some open figures in the back. So starting out with Pit Fighter Conan, and I think that's a wonderful likeness of him there on the cover. And we're going to look at the figures each closely, but I'll give you a close look there inside the card so you can see how it's displayed. No additional weapons other than these. And a quick look here at the back. Conan the Cimmerian is captured as a child after his parents savage. And then here we have like one of the most iconic paintings of all time. It just looks absolutely wonderful. And he's not saying I have the power, even though you might get that impression. And these are the 3 figures that came in this wave. We finally have a Subutai action figure. And next up in this wave, we got Thulsa Doom in the outfit, I believe, or in the armor that he had at the beginning during the village raid. But I think he wore it again maybe later on in the film. I just think that that armor is just so, like, mystical looking, really freaky. 2 eyes, but one above the other. It's, like, really freaky. Then we have Thulsa Doom there in the blister, and he comes with the dagger. And that's the dagger, actually, that King Osric had also in the scene with Subutai and Valeria. And we're going to take a close look at Thulsa Doom. We're not going to open this one because this is my carded version. And last but not least, in wave number 1, Subutai, Dinner for Wolves. Man, I love Subutai. I love all their interactions in the movie. What a wonderful movie. The scene with Subutai coming over the hill to save Conan. Oh my gosh, man. What a wonderful scene. And Subutai looks absolutely wonderful. Again, we're going to take a close look. The sculpting, the painting. These things are gorgeous figures. He comes with his bow and an arrow. And the design and construction on that is absolutely wonderful. And we've got the same back. Wave number 2, starting out with Valeria. If I were dead and you were fighting for life. Man. Oh, man, the prototypical awesome woman figure. Valeria, in my opinion. Looking absolutely wonderful. This is a beautiful portrait. It's like they captured her mid moment in the film. That scene where they're coming at her in the cave. Like if you just look at the purseness of her lips, I think this is a beautiful portrait. This is an absolutely wonderful card. I only have 1 set of these figures in hand, but I have a second set coming. So we're going to open these bad boys up today, and we're going to take a close look. And Valeria has her sword, true to the film. It looks absolutely dope. And there she goes. And I think they did a great job, even with the portrait. I think they just did such a great job. And you can see that she actually has the war paint, both tones of it, the white chalkish and then the dark brown black. And a quick look at the back. By Kron, Conan and his loyal comrades, Valeria and Subutai, embark on a mission. Ooh. Yo, I remember still the first time I saw this movie. And it's like each of these certain scenes throughout the movie, like just, man, ingrained in my mind. And when he was coming down those steps and the 2 giants came around that pillar and he was like, oh man. And the beat drops. Yeah, I was like 9 years old and I just felt the intensity of that moment. I was like, oh my goodness, it's about to go down. And then when, I've got a cold, so please excuse me. When Thorgrim when he swung the giant massive hammer and he missed Conan and then he hit the pillar and the pillar came tumbling down, bro. That just felt like something out of mythology happening right in front of your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, it was just so dope. And they captured him. They captured the likeness here. Look at that look in his eyes. That's what you see in the movie. I wonder if this is actually somehow like a still frame of the film made to look like a painting, because I'm telling you, it's so well done that I wonder if it's still from the film. It looks just like him. And inside the blister, the first thing that catches my eye is the Atlantean sword. Look at all that gold and that steel silver. Oh my God, it looks beautiful. We're going to get these guys out. We're going to check them out. Conan. And last but not least, in wave number 2, War Paint Subutai. He is Conan, the Sumerian. He will not cry, so I cry for him. Best friend ever, bro. And you see his sword there. Beautiful stuff, man. Oh man, best crew, best friends, man. Oh my goodness, we need Mako. Brian Flynn, Super 7. We need Mako. We need a Kiro. We need a Kiro. Wave number 3 from Conan the Barbarian, the resurrected Conan. I have 2 of these, so we're opening this bad boy up today. Immediately, the Atlantean jumps out at you again. This, I guess, is a still from the film. The more I see it, these paintings are so spot on that this is just an amazing artist with an amazing ability, or these are stills from the film that have been made to look animated or painted. But it's I mean, that look in his eyes, the structure of his face, they nailed it. It's amazing. Crom laughs at the 4 winds. He laughs from his mountain. And on the back, the 7 figures he's gotten so far. All right, let's open them up. Let's check them out. All right, we got down to the ground. Down to the ground. Let's check out some Subutais. Excuse me, Conan and Valeria. You know what? Let's check them out, I guess, by wave. And then we'll set them up. And since we've got this wave here, greatest trio of friends ever. Move over, 3 Musketeers. Forget all that stuff. I love the story. I love their friendship. The musical score is absolute genius. I mean, and there's something about the story that's simple and talks about a very primitive time in human history and just a fight for survival. With this paint, the white chalk, the deep chocolate brown black, the detail to all of the elements of his uniform, I mean, it's painted beautifully. And it looks like Jerry Lopez. Valeria, you've got more of the same going on. You just have detail everywhere. From the beautiful sculpting of the hair on her face. The sculpt is amazing. Then you have the beautiful line of war paint across her face. The pink on the lips. She has the giant ruby around her neck. You've got the brown belt, the gold buckle. Beautiful sculpting there. The war paint is just so well applied. I guess that might be the actual... I don't know if that's that's paint. That's paint over plastic, that white chalk for the war paint. Beautifully sculpted and tied boots. These are exquisite little figures. We're going to look at the swords in a moment. And then, of course, the man himself, Conan. And my nasally nose probably sounds horrible. I'm sorry about that. Conan is super buff. Look at the bicep. You've got the huge belt. The fur loincloth. And he's dressed just like in the film. And then you've even got the painted Wheel of Pain around his neck. So dope with Conan. But again, he has some hair going on back here, which I will say, for a 5 POA, this is some soft hair, bro. Look at this. Sorry, Super Thigh. That's some soft hair. Even over here with Valeria, check this out. That's some soft hair. Really cool. Really, really cool. Sorry, Super Thigh. Let's get that like that, my friend. They look so cool, bro. I just think so well done, so well executed. I've got like 505 POAs since I've come back to collecting about 5 years ago. And I think these things are exquisitely well done. Exquisitely well done. You know what I'd like to see? I know Mezco right now is doing Conan. Mezco has their 5 points line. I would not mind at all seeing them have a go at the Conan films in their 5 points. Oh man, and they like to do like little dioramas. I would not mind that at all. So now this figure has pretty much the same sculpting as our war paint Conan. But what we've got going on is there's no war paint on this Conan. But otherwise, pretty much same figure. Here, without the war paint, you get a chance to see the biceptualness. Look at that, and the back triceptualness. The backceptalness. I wish the Ultimates and the Deluxe swords looked like this and were even constructed like this. Because for this being so small, this is a pretty nice use of plastic. Like the plastic choice here is nice. It has a stiffness, but not frail. Really cool, not brittle. Really cool. And then we have our Pit Fighter Conan, which looks just like the movie, man. Just like the movie. He comes with the 2, like, Wolverine claw things. We've got these loose ends here of leather. These are stiff. This is a very stiff piece of leather. So by comparison to the hair that we saw, how soft it was. And we'll get our super thigh out just so you can see this. This figure is sculpted absolutely beautifully. Check all that out. Silver, silver. Actually, this is like a plate steel, and then this is like a shiny silver. You can see that. Really nice. Some wool here. Around the back, his helmet. This lower piece is super stiff, but look at it. It's painted just like the movie. Silver accents on the armor. The top of the helmet. Armor elements down the thighs. Some more of, I guess that's like a chainmail. I'm not sure. Lots of folds in his pants and stuff. Look at the back. All that shiny armor. These things are exquisitely well done. His bow, check this out as I knock everybody down. It has an elastic string, and the arrow can affix to the string. You can snap it in. It has a good snap to the bowstring, but also it has a notch here where you can snap the arrow really securely in there. The arrow's never leaving the bow is my point. And that is really cool. And if you wanted to set it up so it looked like it was being given some tension, you could. Look at that. All right. And last but not least, we've got Thulsa Doom in all his glory. He's got the plastic kind of like cape thing. Would have been nice if that would have been like a thin piece of like felt or just some cloth or something. But this is traditional. It's retro. It's vintage. It works. And you've got all that beautiful sculpting. The daggers, even sculpted down the pants. Check that out on both sides. So the gold tip here. I mean, the silver tip there. That's a sheathed dagger. Sheathed dagger. The coiled snakes. The 2 eyes. His helmet. Sharp, bright silver steel color. These serpent head pauldrons for his shoulders. I mean, the amount of detail that went into this figure. I've never taken off the cape to look at the back, and we're not going to do it today. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. The 2 snakes at the top. Black moon, black sun. 2 serpents coming together, but they're one. Just, oh, I freaking love it. Love to see this timeline and thread and story and group of characters. I'd like to see them brought back, you know, maybe using deep fake technology or and some voice acting technology as an animated series or something. I'd love to see it. Or even at some point one day, inevitably, when they start to use CGI to bring back characters in their youth, like they've already done with Harrison Ford and other people. Eventually, they're going to start doing full-blown movies like that. And you're going to get The Wizard of Oz Part 2 with Judy Garland, you know, rest her soul. It's going to happen. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. And when it does, I want to see the continuation of this Conan story. As always, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. and sharing in the experience of collecting toys as an adult. Until next time, everybody, thank goodness it's playtime.